Hello everybody, welcome back to the Untitled channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Fei battery case for OnePlus 7 Pro and OnePlus 7T Pro. I've been using it for about a week now, and today we're going to be sharing my findings basically using the device. So right now we're going to discuss a little bit the pros that I found, and for me it's good that it charges, fully charges my phone one time to 100%. This is considering that I normally use the phone. Once it gets to around 20%, I just charge it back. Basically, this means that I was able to fully use my phone for 2 full days without actually hooking it up to power, that's a win for me, because I literally just leave charging my phone. Because I'm a heavy smartphone user, I basically drain the battery, quick. So for me, this is good that I don't have to connect the device to charge for up to 2 days, which is great. Another pro that I found, of course, is that the battery is detachable. So whenever you don't want to be carrying the battery with you, you just detach it from the device and just carry your device like you normally would. Another thing that I actually like is the device. It feels nice to hold, even though it adds a little bit of weight. It's nice to hold, and I like that. It makes the device. It doesn't feel like you're not holding anything. It literally feels like you're holding something, which is good. In my case, for usability, it's as simple as just pressing one time the button, and it literally just starts charging. And again, another pro is that you can remove the battery and when you want to do fast charging, and just hook up your phone as you normally would, and it would do the fast charging. Now, for the cons, I found that the LED on the back is a little bit misleading, meaning that when I fully charged my phone, it just dropped one LED light. It did not show that it had no charge. Basically, in my case, I thought the battery would be 75% when it was really discharged, and it wasn't until the next morning that I figured out that the LED, it's weird. It's just not going to show, for some reason. I don't know if this one is faulty or not. For some reason, it only takes one LED off, and then it shows three, but it's really discharged. By the next morning, you'll notice that it doesn't charge the phone anymore. But that's about it. Um, of course, another cons, which is that it doubles the device's weight. It's pretty heavy. So if you don't like carrying with you a device that is that heavy, then you're gonna find yourself removing the battery a lot. Which again, this could be a pro or it could be a con, depending on your preference. In my case, it doesn't matter that much because I rather have the battery power with me when I need it. But I know that some folks out there may not like that. But the good thing is, again, you can just remove the battery and maybe just put it somewhere else, and just have it around, to use it when needed. One cons that I actually experienced was that the device is really hard to hold. If you're used to be using like pop sockets or any other holder on the device, when you have it, the phone tends to slip a little bit, because you don't have any holder with you. So in my case, what I did was I used a Momo stick that I had laying around, and I used it for the battery. In this case, you can hold the phone better just by having the Momo stick there. It's easier to hold. Now, for the phone, what I did was I used a pop socket, and I'm using a magnet stick on the pop socket. That way I can just stick it to this and hold the phone better. Which in my case it turns out to work. It's just not purely it's not perfect, because if you move the device too much, it's gonna drop. So you gotta be careful with that. But this works for me. Now have in mind that adding this plate on the back of the cover, it creates a small gap between the actual battery and the plate and the back cover. So whenever you connect the battery, it creates a small gap here. You can see that this, it removes the ability for the battery to fully attach on the phone. In my case, I don't mind. I just hold the whole device, the battery completely, like this. But it does remove the strength of the magnets from the battery cover to the phone cover. Just have that in mind if you decide to do something like that. If you don't mind and you don't use any holder, not having this will make it create full contact. It's going to be laying flat on the back of the phone. Now, of course, if you drop the phone, it's definitely going to detach. Also, the mechanism for connecting the phone at the bottom, I don't think this is going to withstand a drop just because of the way they built it. I think they could have done a better job. Maybe just purely like getting this whole part all the way to the bottom. I don't know. Maybe having it sit instead of having it just this protruding part. Again, I don't mind. In my case, it really doesn't matter. But I think they could have done a better job for that. But other than that, it works. It charges my phone. It feels comfortable, even though it's heavy, and I really like it. I'm definitely keeping this one. The old one that I had, I returned it because it was just not good. It was too heavy, and I was never able to remove it, basically. So the phone, it's always that heavy. It removes fast charging, and sometimes you do need fast charging. So in this case, you can just detach the phone, and you have your fast charging back. I think it's really convenient, and I would definitely recommend this battery cover. I think honestly, out of 10, this is an 8. I would definitely rate this an 8 out of 10 because of usability, portability. It does what it needs to do, and I think you guys should give it a try. And this is my review for the Faith battery case for the OnePlus 7 Pro and OnePlus 7T Pro. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I have been going around and trying to answer the questions you guys may have. So again, if you have any questions, just drop a comment and I'll follow up. Have a good day and stay safe.